much for being here tonight. Thank you so much for all the parents, the moms, the dads, everybody that helped get this dinner together. Would be able to get all this together and organize this without everybody's help. I also want to take the opportunity to thank all the parents, all the family members, all the guardians. I fully understand that it's not easy getting all these kids to games and to practices, and I appreciate that. We started on July 15th for most of us, and I know it's a long season, and again, I appreciate one, you letting the girls play this awesome sport, and then two, just supporting them, supporting the team, supporting the coaches, and being out there rooting them on. It means a lot. Last year we only had 15 players. We'd have maybe 10, 11 show up at one time. So there were very few people in the stands. It made me very happy to see all the support that we got this year. So parents, thank you so much. Kids, what do you guys say to your parents? And
thank you.
We have 33 players this year, which is awesome. All right. Is what I want to start off by saying is we as coaches had a goal this year. And going back to last year with some of our players, Ellie Gilbert, she ended up doing a lot of work in order to help create and organize and having a team at Terra Linda High School. If it wasn't for her time, for her commitment, for her pressuring admin to have this sport at Terra Linda High School, none of us would be here tonight. Ellie, I appreciate all the work that you did. I don't think you realize, and I don't think other people realize how much you did in order for us to be able to play this awesome sport. Not only are we playing this awesome sport, but you're watching it grow. We went from 14 players last year to 33 this year. Next year, the goal is to have JV and varsity, so hopefully we'll have even more players, and a lot of it has to do because of all the time and work and commitment to this, not only the school, but to the sport and to your teammates. So thank you so much for all your work at New Zealand. I want to thank the coaches. They came out here and helped and spent a lot of their own time. It's not easy. We all have jobs, and we would sometimes run straight from work to the field, and I couldn't have done it without them. I appreciate, the way you coach, the positive attitude, just the caring love that you have for the kids and for this team and for the school, and I appreciate all the time that you guys spent, out on the football field with me. So thank you. Thank you.
Our head coach. Part of this. It's a girls' sport. It's growing, and it's phenomenal to see everybody's participation. And like Roy said, there's going to be a JV team and a varsity team, so the sport is growing. There's all kinds of good things about it. It's a fun sport. It's a great team that we had. But thank you, Coach Roy.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and get with the awards, and then we're going to go and try and go through this as quick as possible. We have a lot of players, all right? So we're going to go ahead and go in order. So for the very first player on this list, getting the second award or second year award for playing flag football is Ellie Gilbert. Next player is Anael Pira. Anael, what do we do here?
Wow, that's embarrassing.
So these block letters, so for those that don't know, you get your first, for your Letterman jacket, for playing a varsity sport. So you get this the first year that you play a varsity sport. So some of our players, this is their second year, so they're not gonna get their block letter. But they do get a different second year award, a white one, a nice pretty white one. For the first year players, they get to have one of these, so that's why we have it. What's that?
Now you get it in all
You get the second letter, you can get letter in another spot.
Yeah, same one. All right, Adriana Martinez. Here you go. So real quick, we're gonna say just a couple quick words for each player, all right? We'll start with Ellie Gilbert. We'll make it quick again. I know that's a long night. Ellie, I just want to say a couple things about Ellie, all right? I already let everybody know that we wouldn't be here without her. But as far as the field, all right, so Ellie was one of our captains, and she was a captain for a reason, because she's a natural leader, she's a positive leader, she cared about her teammates, she cared about the sport, and she was very driven and very competitive to absolutely do the absolute best she could on the football field. I have coached many sports and many athletes. I'm not sure how many years this is now, but I have to admit she is by far in the top 2, maybe 3 at the most.
I'm on number 1.
Just her positive attitude, her leadership, and her, going out and taking care of this team. She did so much for the team, and Ellie, again, I'm gonna miss having you, next year. So.
Come visit.
Sure, yeah, so I had a fun time coaching the back line of defense, our deep corners, and Anna was right in the middle, right where she should have been, because she, throughout the August practices and stuff, when we were first starting, we just, were kind of elaborating and seeing who should be placed where, and she stepped up and rose to the occasion and did an amazing job and just improved throughout the year. So congratulations, Anel. We're going to miss you.
And Adriana, can't forget about Adriana.
Adriana's me too. So Adriana, yes, thank you for coming out. We had a blast with you, and wish you luck in your future. Every time you were on the field, you did really well. You listened. You were smiles all day. So thank you, and good luck to you.
All right. So next player, Calera.
So, if I remember the story correctly, Clara played volleyball for several years. This year, she was able to trick her mom into thinking that she missed the tryouts for volleyball in order to play. Yeah, that's true, right? She knows.
Hey, clap it up for that.
Super lucky that she did that, because she was one of the most intense players on the team, would do anything we asked of her, would play anywhere we asked her to play. Every practice I came to, she was like, hey coach, one of the first people to greet all the coaches. So she's just a great kid, great player.
Katie. All right, so Katie, I have had the privilege of coaching Katie for a lot of years now. I'm not sure how many years, but I've coached her in softball. And so coaching her in softball, she did cross country last year. And I recruited her to come out and play because I knew that she would come out and she would have a great time. Not only have a great time, but she's just a positive, player and loves her teammates. And not only that, she did really, really well on the football field. So Katie, thank you for playing. Heather, where you at, Heather? There you go.
All right, so I have an even better story about Heather. This is away from the football field. Oh. Let me start by saying that Heather came to practice a little late. Not late for practice time, but late in the season. Like we had already started and Heather came to practice. Liv brought her to the team and she wasn't sure if she was gonna play, but she ended up playing and turned out to be one of our better defensive players, great flag puller, intense. She would pick up on the other teams, what they were doing and bring it over to the coaches on the sideline so we could adjust our plays. So that's a really good trait to have. But the other story is, I was walking my other daughter away from a Vallecito soccer game, and I heard this music blaring. So I walk across the street, and here comes Heather around the corner, windows all down, music cranking, rocking and rolling like a 90s, teen movie, and it just warmed my heart. It was the not funniest thing I ever saw, but to see somebody enjoying themselves that much was just really cool.
Unfortunately, she was going very slow.
Well,
Yes.
I didn't tell that part.
All right, next player, Kaylin.
High five me, I will win. Where? Yeah, I will win.
So I had the pleasure of coaching both a little bit at the beginning of the year offense and switched to defense. And I remember very distinctly, Kaylin came late too, and several girls didn't know we had started earlier in the school year. And I remember very distinctly the first time we came, I think you came with MJ. And we did our warm-ups, we broke into our offensive and defensive groups, and then we sort of split the team up. And we were lining people up on the field, and I think it was, I don't know if I got this right, but I remember saying, okay, here's the end zone, and this is what we do. And he looked at me and said, Coach, what's the end zone? And I realized after being coaching for like a month, I just assumed that girls coming out to play football kind of knew the basics. So it sort of reset my mindset. And from that point forward, I always made sure I explained not just the what to do, but the why. And so I appreciate you having the courage to ask that question, which I know the girls on the team may not have known. So great job.
I'm gonna add on to that as well. It was, there's times in which nobody's perfect. We've all played sports. And I've made millions of mistakes. I've dropped, the football millions of times. I've dropped that baseball millions of times. I missed that shot in basketball. But going back to this team, we had to realize, a lot of the girls had never picked up a football before. They had never caught a football before. So the fact that they came out here to play this sport and have that courage says a lot about the players and the team. So that was awesome. All right, next player, MJ. Best one so far.
So MJ's another one that showed up a couple weeks after we had already started practice, and she was on my front line for most of the year, and she's tough as nails. I mean, how many bones did you break this year?
Like
One finger, sprained her ankle. I mean, I don't know how many people realize though, these girls run full speed, they have no pads, they're bumping into each other every game, they're falling down, they have, split skin from the turf, bruises, bumps, concussions, and in my mind, they're tougher than the boys anytime because those guys are fully padded up and they still, get hurt. But these girls are tough, and MJ is one of the toughest ones on the team.
got to coach her brother, who's a senior in football. Hopefully he's not here, but even if he is, Ruby's a lot better player than her brother.
I'll just say, one thing that it was like 3 or 4 games in, and usually, we're all watching from the sidelines, and most of the team is like right where the ball is. And so, where many of you noticed, the coaches sometimes shift over behind play, and Ruby was standing over there, and I was kind of wondering, like, why is she all the way over here? And I asked her, it's like I thought something's wrong. She was like, oh no, I get a better view from here. And that made me realize that she was watching every play, both on the offense and defense, and learning from seeing, just like we as coaches do, to try to figure out what was going on. So I was really impressed that you figured that out, that you don't have to staring down the line like most people do. You can't see much. So great job. I think it really helped yourself.
Lacey Graham. Lots of practice. All right, so Lacey, so I got to coach Lacey last year in softball. And if you have never seen her play softball, please get out there. Please come support the team. Come watch her. She is an amazing softball player. Not only is she an amazing softball player, but she's just, again, like all these kids, just so positive, always having a good time, very positive with her teammates. I saw her play softball. As soon as I saw her play softball, I told myself she is going to play flag football next year, whether she likes it or not. And I worked on her all softball season, and I was very, very happy to convince her to come out. She ended up scoring a lot of touchdowns for us, playing offense, and she did an awesome job. I really, really can't wait to coach you in softball, and I can't wait to coach you again in flag football. So, Lily Rose.
Okay. If you guys want to play.
So, I don't have to say too much about Lily Rose. Her playing and what she did on the football says it all. The girl is amazing. She's very athletic. She was our running back. She could have played anywhere. She could have been our receiver. She could have been our quarterback. She could have been, playing defense. She would have been able to do both. And she's just an all-around, very, very talented athlete. Like the other girls, right? That's what I appreciate most about her. It's not how great she is on the football field, not the 13 touchdowns, 13? 14, 15? Something like that. Her goal at the beginning of the year,
14. She had like 20.
I asked her how many touchdowns she was going to score, and she said, I'm going to score more than 10. She achieved her goal. She met her goal. She scored, I think it was 13 or 14 touchdowns, and they were all amazing. But she did it while treating all her teammates with respect, and also just going out there and having a good time and being positive the whole time and having fun. So, good job, Lily Rose. Amen. That was good, Amen. All right, so Amen also played on the offense. She was one of our receivers. My favorite, I've had a lot of great memories. I have a lot of great memories of Aven being on the football field and on this team. But I really, really, really will not forget that 2-point conversion that she scored. I can't remember the team which team it was, but she scored a 2-point conversion. She's only a freshman, so I really hope that she'll come back next year and play. And not only for Aven, but all freshmen, right? Just know that you're playing with some of you are playing with older kids. Some of them are seniors. So when it came to playing time, they may have played a little bit more, but just know that as you, freshmen, come up to sophomores and juniors and seniors, you're gonna get more and more playing time if you keep it up and you keep working hard. Aven, you went out to practice, you worked hard every single time, you were awesome, you were always happy and having a great time, and I appreciate you playing. One of her best buddies, Isla. That good. Isla also played on offense. She is also a freshman, and she went out there. She came. I want to say she showed up in July, right? You were one of the first players that showed up on July 15th. Not the entire team showed up in July, but she was one of them. Always happy, always having a great time, always trying very hard, and you know, it didn't matter. She never once complained. Would go out there and give it her best every single time. And not only did she do that, she also suffered a lot of injuries, but it didn't keep her from, you know, coming back. I know she hurt her, you know, multiple injuries, but that kept her out, or else she probably would have played even more, but that's part of the sport. But she could have quit, and she didn't. She kept coming back and having a great time with all her teammates. So good job, Isla. Lauren! And speaking of injuries, Lauren.
Speaking of injuries.
So Lauren was on the back line also. I'm happy to say that she's only a freshman because we get her for 3 more years. She stood out, she did really well, and she improved throughout the year. Just got better and better, and I can't wait to see what she does. So thank you for your hard efforts this year, and well done.
Harper! Not bad. That was all right. All right, so Harper was also on offense. She was she was our center. So the center, for those that don't know, are the ones that pick up the ball and throw it to the quarterback. When we first started practicing, it's not as easy as it looks, especially when you have a defender right in front of you. But she did that along with others, Katie, Liliana. And so the thing with Harper that really impresses me the most is not, again, her positive attitude and just her friendliness, but her hands. Like she went out there and caught just about absolutely everything and made some amazing catches. The catch against George Washington. Clap it up for that. 1 second left. We're you know, it's kind of like Freddie Freeman and the Dodgers, where you dream of that situation. Clap it up for the Dodgers, by the way. But
You're all on my list.
you think about like being that person that wins the game for your team, right? I knew that she was going to catch it. I made that play right there in the huddle. We had never practiced it before. We just said, this is what we're going to do, because I knew she was going to catch it. Not only did I know that she was going to catch it, I knew that her quarterback was going to get her the ball when she did. So, Harper, good job this year. All right. We're getting there. It's a lot easier on the football field. We hardly miss on the football field. All right, so Emma, I can sit here and talk a lot about Emma. How do I explain this? So, in my job, there's days in which I see things, or I've seen things in the past. It's very stressful at times. There's things that I don't want to see. There's things that I don't want to deal with at times. But nonetheless, I signed up to do what I do. I love my job. But sometimes it can be stressful. Sometimes you can see things that kind of make your day hard. With Emma, I could be having a horrible day. Horrible. I'd get on that field, and she's always smiling. Always smiling. There's not a time which I ever saw her in a bad mood. And it just reminds me as to why I love coaching so much, right? It's not about, going out there. It's not about winning. It's not about losing. It really is about all of you, right? And we love coming out here. We love spending time with the team, especially this team. I'll talk a little bit more about that. But when it came to Emma, again, I just show up, and there's nothing that I could have had the worst day in the world, but seeing her would definitely make me smile. So positive with her teammates, so positive with everyone. Emma, I'm glad you played. Thank you. Liliana. Ooh, that was the best one so far. All right, so Liliana was, again, she was our other center as well. Also a freshman, came out a little bit late, but got right in there. Always positive, never complained, tried her hardest every time, rarely missed any practices or any games. She was very committed to the team and her teammates. And, you know, like Coach Justin said, her being a freshman, we'll get to coach her for 3 more years. Awesome job this year, Liliana. Andy, come on in. Senior.
So with Sammy, it took me a long time to figure out who she was because she's so quiet. I don't think I ever heard her say anything throughout the first half of the season at practice, but I always saw her smile. She has one of the best smiles on the team. It compares with Emma's, but she's always smiling, always friendly. Anytime she was in the game, she would give her best, and she did a great job. So, excellent.
Brittany! She's here. Hi. So, Grindy also started a little bit later. I did not know that she had a twin sister. She has a twin sister that looks exactly like her. I did not know. But that's not why I'm talking about Grindy. I'm talking about Grindy because she was one of the offensive players, even though she started late as well. All right, she came in a little bit more on the quieter side, but never once, ever did I ever see her be negative towards her teammates. She went out there, tried her absolute best. At first she started playing defense, we moved her to offense, she never complained. And I'm hoping that she can play next year. I'm hoping your twin sister can play next year as well. Good job, Brittany.
Oh yeah, Brandy.
Nelly. And Nelly's a senior.
Nellie's a second-year player. Coached her last year, coached her this year, obviously. She was on the back line of the defense. She was a super stud back there. She got injuries throughout the year. She played through them. She's got a ton of grit, ton of attitude. And she, too, was really smart on the back and realizing what Coach John said, just realizing what the other teams were doing and trying to inform us and help us do our job. So I congratulate her on everything that she's done this year and that everything that she's going to do in the future. I heard that you're going to be a nurse or something. There was a lot of nurses, but you were on something really cool, like bioscience or what was it? That's what it was. So good luck with that, and I had a fun year coaching you, and you were a stellar player.
Emily!
So again, another second-year player, Emily, always smiling, always good attitude. And then we got just the luckiest team ever because our whole team is just super happy and super gelled together. And Emily, you were a big part of that. And I love coaching you, and you're a good player. And if you continue it, please do. There's always good sports out there. You're an athlete. So job well done. Thank you.
No Jocelyn, right? No Jocelyn here? No, all right. Let's see here. Jessamine!
Alright, so I brought some tissues because this is, Justin, for those of you who don't know, Justin is my daughter. Last year, her play with the team that they did, the 14 players, and watching her play, and I would bring waters to the game with coaches. That was one of the reasons I brought the water, so I could actually be on the field. And so this year when she decided to come back, I wanted to coach, and I actually asked her, like, would you be okay with me coaching? Because I know sometimes it's like, you don't want your dad involved in anything that you're doing. And she said yes, so I was excited to do that. I was excited to be able to coach you. I was more than proud of you. Taking on the leadership role of defensive captain, and showing the girls like what to do and where they should be positioned, and I'm just proud of you.
Jessamine, thank you for being our captain. So Jessamine was our defensive captain, and again, like Ellie, just so much extra work, and you did it the right way. You did it by coming out and being there for your teammates at all times. I'm gonna definitely miss you, being on the football field next year, and I know that whatever you do, you're gonna be very successful. So thanks for being our captain. Andy!
Second year player, defense, made some really amazing plays out there, couple interceptions, kept us in the game all the time. Learned a lot throughout the year, and really fun coaching you. Really great person, happy, and just wish you luck, and thank you for being out there and setting a good example. Thank you.
Liv!
Always correcting you.
Yeah, oh, got you. Liv, so, first of all, Liv was our quarterback. Those that have never played quarterback before probably have no idea the kind of pressure the quarterbacks are under at all times, especially when you have a rusher running full speed at you every single play. She stepped up to the challenge. This was her second year. She was a good quarterback last year. This year she did even better. Next year she's even good. She's going to dominate. We're going to get out there. We're going to work up in the off season. And I just want to say thank you for stepping up to the challenge and having the courage to be a quarterback, because everybody knows here it's not easy. It's the toughest position on the field, and for you to go out there and play every single game and do it for your teammates, even though there are times in which maybe you don't want to go back out there, you did it because you wanted to do what was best for the team. Thank you so much for your courage. Thank you for being our quarterback and this team's quarterback, Liv.
Before we go on to the next player, I'm Liv's dad, Coach Justin, my wife Summer. Left and right, just proud mom and dad moments out there on the field, seeing you bomb the ball, getting it right to the receiver's hands, touchdowns that you're throwing, touchdowns that you're running. I mean, amazing athlete. You put your heart and soul into it, so keep it up, and I love you, and I like coaching you too.
Carmen! Carmen is very shy. And
Oh, yeah. Also
best
super
one
quiet
so
guy.
far. That was the best one so far.
So I was able to talk about one of the quieter people on the team. If you guys know Carmen, there's no way in the world she could ever sneak up on anybody. She's the loudest player I've ever been around in all my years of coaching any sport. I had permanent ear damage from her and yelling, in a positive way, of course. Carmen is on the field. She is super intense. She's determined. She's always looking at what's going on out there. She's another one that would come back to the hut or to the sidelines and be like, "Hey, coach, this is what they're doing here. They're doing this hand sign." She's tapping her foot, all kinds of things. So her awareness out there is amazing. And throughout the season, she kept pulling flag after flag after flag and saved us a lot of touchdowns. So, yeah, and she plays hurt too, so great job, Carmen.
Yeah, Carmen.
Next year will be better.
Yeah.
One of our fastest player on the team, Jasleen.
So again, I think this is her second year. Last year, I think you were playing in the back row as a safety. This year you wanted to try rushing, which we said sure, because she's really fast. And I wish I had a camera that was focused on the quarterback's face. She would come flying in, and you could just sort of see it's like, oh my God, and they would just start running, or they would throw the ball quickly, and you really made a difference in getting to them quicker than anybody could imagine. So, good job.
Molly! Ooh, good job, Molly. That was good. All right, Molly was a receiver, outside receiver. She's out there for a reason, all right? Just, like Harper, catches all the balls, right? She just great hands, catches just about everything. We're not ever going to be perfect. I never was. But caught everything. We could trust her every single time in throwing her the ball. Very, very, very fast, great hands, and I love her determination. There was times that she got banged up. Last year, for those that didn't play, that weren't watching, sorry to bring this up, but she ended up is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So she ended up slicing her eye open. Blood everywhere. She wanted to get back in there and play, and it's a good thing that she didn't. That I didn't allow her to. I never would. She ended up getting some stitches. But anyways, it's very, very, very tough. And no matter how hurt she was, she wanted to get back out there. And no matter what the score was, whether we were winning by a lot or losing by a lot, she just wanted to be out there. One of the toughest girls on the team for sure. I usually don't have favorite players on the team. This one, I gotta say, please, I don't want to hurt anybody else's feelings, but this next one is my favorite, Ella Leon.
You guys are practicing.
They definitely were practicing.
I'm going to say a couple words about Ella, and then I'll let the coaches speak on her behalf. But just kind of like what Coach AJ said, I absolutely love coaching my daughter. She goes out there, and it allows me to spend extra time with her. It gets her off her phone, and it gets her to sometimes talk to me. But I absolutely, love coaching. Not only because of her, the team. But I really, really enjoy spending time with her, and I'm going to continue to coach her as long as she allows me to. If she were to ever say you can't coach anymore, I'd be very, very sad, and I would cry. So hopefully, no pressure. Hopefully, she'll allow me to coach next year. Jocelyn May.
So May also was a returning player, and last year she played on defense. And if you don't know May, she's the most serious person in the room all the time, as you can tell. But I love the fact though this year is we actually got a couple of smiles out of you this year. So I know you were enjoying it. It was always fun to watch her come into the field, and she would break down in front of her player. She looked like the most intimidating defensive player on the field. She would stare right into the eyes of the receiver. I can only imagine what they were thinking. So glad you came back out. You did a great job this year.
Yeah, man.
All right, Carol, I'm going to make this really, really quick. These are important awards, all right? So we just finished. Everybody got an award, right? Good. All right, so these are the North Coast Section President's List, all right, for 2024-2025. And this is for those that have outstanding grade point averages, all right, which is a big deal, all right? So, starting with a 3.83, a lot smarter than I ever was, Emberly. So, Emberly, you were so smart that they gave you 2. Next one on the list with the 3.8 GPA, Katie. Next, this is okay, with the 4.0. Whoa. Kaylin. All right, staying on the same line, 4.0, Lily Rose. All right, might as well keep going with the 4.0, Avon. Another 4.0, Harper. With the 3.8, Lacey. Why not? 3.86, Isla. And the last one with the 3.8, and there could be 3.86, and there could be others that I didn't get. So if athletic department did not get your name or grade point average correctly, please don't be mad at me. But the last one that I have is Lauren. All right, so thank you guys so much. The last words for the team, since this will be the last time that we're all together. I'm going to do my best not to cry, but I really, truly, out of all the years that I've coached, whether boys or girls, this is by far the most fun that I've ever had. And it was all because of every single one of you and your guys' positive attitude. You guys just had a lot of fun out there. We have a lot of different personalities, and you just made it work. I'm going to miss you guys a lot. We spent a lot of time together out on the field. Your seniors, I'm super proud of you and everything that you guys have done. I'm sad that this is the last year. I wish I could coach you guys for the next 3 years as well. I know that you seniors are going to go off, you're going to graduate, you're going to become great people, you're going to be very successful no matter what you do, all right? Because what nobody can ever take away is this experience, right? And that's what this sport is all about. And this experience wouldn't have happened without the players that were, every single one of you. It wouldn't have happened without you guys being on this team. Again, and I'm not just saying it, this is by far my favorite team that I've ever coached. And thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you so much.
So my daughter plays a lot of sports, and I just want to say thank you to all the parents that are here that put your time and efforts into getting your kids either to the field or supporting them throughout their sports careers. I think it's a really, really healthy thing for girls and boys to be involved with sports throughout their life. I mean, I'm still fully active with all kinds of fun stuff, e-biking and this and that, but for kids to be involved with sports and to really get all the good grades that this team has, it speaks volumes, and it's going to carry them into the next journey in their life. And so thank you parents, thank you kids, thank you young adults, thank you players for being with us this year. I had a blast. I am going to miss the seniors, and I am occasionally out on the campus, so if I'm walking by you, say hello to me. don't, this isn't it. I'm gonna miss you all and looking forward to next year, and thank you very much.
Keep it short. I want to thank the players, coaches, parents for, no, I'm gonna cry.
We got them all.
For allowing me to be a part of all this. It's been a great experience. I've coached a lot of softball teams over the years. This group of kids is the best group I've ever been around. So thank you.
Like I mentioned, this was my first time coaching high school sport, and getting to coach my daughter and all of these girls. It's been an amazing experience. I learned a lot, you guys learned a lot, and I enjoyed it so much being part of this coaching team and part of this whole community that I'm coming back next year.
Coach AJ, thank you for taking on the defense. Thank you for everything that you've done all throughout the year. I mean, bringing us those sheets every single day and every single game. You brought a lot to the table. You made this team a lot better. You're a good man and a good friend. And John, Roy, became a lot closer with you guys too. And it was really good time.
Also with AJ, I don't know if you guys know, he bought that camera to film all the games.
Yes, thank you.
Hours and hours, like I picture him in some dark lair with printed out formations and everything. But he spent a lot of time, you know, getting our defensive plays out there, like Justin said, printing up all the sheets and everything. So he put in way more effort for a first-year coach than I've ever seen anybody in all my life, and more effort than some regular coaches that have coached for a long time. So let's give it up for AJ.
Please remember to invite us to your guys's, if you guys ever do decide to get married. In the future, when you get married, special events, birthdays, whatever, please don't forget about us coaches. And I mean that. We would love to go and go to your guys' wedding, so don't forget about that. Yes, ma'am.
I have a speech I want to give, if that's okay.
Yes.
Okay, I want to start off by thanking our coaches and our parents who contributed to the team this year. And I also want to thank everyone for coming to this team dinner today. It really means a lot. I'm tremendously thankful for the relationships and memories I've made this year. And this team was amazing on and off the field. I mean, going to Tennessee Valley and all the games were like, it was just so fun. And throughout the season, even though our team is like super big, I believe I got to talk to everyone on the team, and I think that's really huge, especially because we have, 33 players. I mean, I think that's like a lot of people, and throughout the season, I feel like I got to talk to everyone. But I'm most proud of is our teamwork, and the amount of times like we've had an off game or a bad game, and I just know I had a teammate that would be able to support me or support someone else. And lastly, I want to acknowledge our seniors and the things they brought to this team, and I made a list of things that I want to say about each senior, and so I'll start with that. Calera, you're fantastic on defense, and I mean, all your picks, it was just amazing. Like, I was just so proud of you this whole year because you just had fire on the field. It was amazing. Next, I want to acknowledge Heather. Heather, your passion on the field and like diving for every flag, it was just crazy. And I could tell you really wanted to be here, and I'm so glad I convinced you to be here because it was a great decision by me. And I just thought I thought you did so good, and I was so proud as a child. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Next, I want to talk about Shandy. Shandy, you really, in the back line, you really had like a no-fly zone. Like you were on it, and like you really didn't let anyone behind you. And you were a leader on the field, and I feel like I got closer to you this year, and last year I got close to you, and I think you're just an amazing friend. Next, I want to acknowledge Nelly. Nelly, you were absolutely fire on defense, and you're hilarious.
Just fire me.
Really?
I'm kidding.
I thought he was for real. Next, I want to talk about Jessamine. Jessamine, you're a great defensive captain, and you just had so much dedication to the fundraisers, and I really could tell you like cared and you really wanted wanted to be here, and that just like meant a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to the team too. Next I want to talk about Emberly. Emberly, I can tell you love being here, and you're always smiling, and it makes me happy to see you at practice, and you're smiling, you're just very jolly. I can tell you really like being on defense, and you just always have a positive attitude, and that's great on me. I know Jocelyn's not here, but I want to say she has a really good attitude on defense, and she's always on the sideline talking and making new friends, and I think that's just great. Next, I want to talk about Sammy. Sammy, your dedication to pulling flags and just being on defense, you could just tell you really were like zoned in, and you're just great to me. Claudia's not here today. Oh, well, okay, I'll talk about her today. Claudia had an amazing attitude, and she always ran her routes really well. Sorry guys. That's awesome. I wanted to talk about May next. She was always yelling on the sideline. She is surprisingly very, very loud. She was very loud, and she just was insanely hype all the time. I mean, and I just know that she's one of those people that I could just get around and just be so hype, and it was just great. Next, I want to talk about Adriana. While she's a great soccer player, she's also a great defensive player on flag, and she's always cheering up everyone, and she's a good friend. Next, I want to talk about Anael. Your electricity on defense and all your touchdowns you saved, you just had amazing energy, and you're just so positive, and I remember you just running across the field one time because you were like, yes! Because you saved something. I was just I just felt so proud because I was like, this program has just come such a long way, and it just makes me so happy. And then lastly, I want to talk about Ellie. I kind of wrote a lot for this one, so. I just want to really point out your commitment to this team. Through long nights working on merch designs and having to do all the payment stuff and organizing fundraisers, it was just so much work, and I couldn't have done it, and it was a lot. And I'm just most of all proud of you for the 16 touchdowns you had this year, and you were extremely flexible when I couldn't play QB, and I really appreciated that. Your energy on and off the field wasn't matched by anyone else, and this team really couldn't have happened without you, and I'm forever grateful to you for creating this program.
Captain, go ahead.
You want to go first? No, okay. Justin will go first, and then I'll go speech after. Sorry.
I just want to say a quick thank you to all the coaches. I know all of you have put a lot of time and effort into being here for us, and I know we all really appreciate it. We could not have this team without you. We could not have this community without you, especially to my dad. This is the first time he's ever been able to coach me, and I'm very grateful for that, and all the time that he spent in his office analyzing films. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of you on this team who have made this season and this year so special. I've played on a lot of different teams before, and I can say that this team means a lot to me. And all of you bring something so incredible, both on the field and off the field, to make this community really special. So thank you. We promised all the defenders who made pick sixes that we would get you Starbucks, so I want to give a quick shout out to them.
Oh.
So first we have Lauren. Lauren made an amazing touchdown off of an interception. Next we have Calera. Thank you guys.
So I don't know how to talk that. She's really well spoken, but I'll try and make it short and sweet. I actually first do want to thank the parents again. Like Liv was talking about, there was a lot of coordination with fundraising and merch and team dinners, and I truly would not have been able to do it without any of your help. It's a lot of work, so I really just want to say thank you. I really appreciate all of you guys a lot. Next, I want to move on to the coaches. I've played a lot of sports in high school. I've been playing lacrosse for 4 years and basketball for 4 years, and I just want to say all of you have meant something, like have just meant a lot to me, each in different ways. I would not have made it through the season without each and every one of you. You guys have all just really impacted me and influenced me, just like I'm assuming the other players as well. So like, I really can't express any more gratitude to all 4 of you. You guys were all amazing, and I've literally never had better coaches. And I'm so sad that I'm going to be moving on, and I won't have you guys as coaches anymore. But I better see you all at graduation. So you guys better be there. I made our flag football section hype. So, but I truly, really appreciate you guys, all your work, all your dedication. When our games were far or weird hours or at 7:30 for some reason, I really appreciate all of you. And I wrote more in the cards. I'll try and make it short and sweet. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all of you. For the players, now I know we were all good because we got all the coaches to cry. I honestly, guys, like everyone was talking about the build up from last year to this year, and I hate saying this, but I did put a lot of work into building the team. But as much work as I put in, none of it would have meant anything without all of you guys and all your dedication. Coming to practices, coming to games, just wanting to be there. Nothing I would have done would have meant anything without all of you. You guys are all the best. This is the best team I've ever played on. Like I said, I play a lot of sports. I've never had a team that I've loved as much as I love this team. I've just never had such an inspirational team, such a kind team. I feel like everyone on this team got along really well, and I really, really feel like we became a family. There's just not a single person here that I don't enjoy talking to, and that I won't miss so much moving on. I really, really love you all. And guys, if you see me in the hall, please do not do the awkward thing where we just kind of go like this. Like, please say hi. Like, I will say hi to you. Sometimes I see Isla, and I'm just like, hey. But you know, I really want us all to be friends. I think we all are friends, and I really don't want to lose that when we are done with flag. So I love all of you. I do also want to give one really special shout out to Liv. Liv, I need to say this in front of everyone because, like Coach Roy was saying, you had the hardest position on the field, and I personally would not have made it throughout the season without your amazing throws. And just your attitude. You can always tell whenever I'm not feeling it, you come over to me immediately and you just know exactly what to tell me. And I really don't think I would have made it through the season without your support in specific. But I do mean that, and I mean the same to all the players. But Liv, I really appreciate you. I just wanted to say that.
All right. 3 more awards. I promise we're done. Thank you for your patience. I know it's been long. All right. So the school gives us 3 awards: the MVP, Most Valuable Player Award, Offensive Player of the Year Award, and Defensive Player of the Year Award. I wish that they would go out and buy a lot more because, you know, every single one of you deserved an award, all right, for going out there, for your dedication, your commitment, for your effort all season. Unfortunately, we only have 3. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with the Defensive Player of the Year Award.
So this year, I'm proud to present Calera, the defensive player. If you were at any of our games, you would know Calera was on our team. She was flying around the field. She played in the front, right in front of the center, and whether the ball was to the left, to the right, whether she had interceptions, she was pulling flags all over the place. She was just running down whoever had the ball, and it was always amazing. She actually got the interception against George Washington that we needed to get the touchdown to win right before that. So, Calera, you did an amazing job.
So next is the Offensive Player of the Year Award, and this one was very, very difficult, right, because we had so many amazing offensive players, all right? This was very, very tough. The 2024 Offensive Player of the Year Award goes to Lily Rose. And lastly, the Most Valuable Player of 2024. I don't think this is going to be a surprise to anybody. And again, we wouldn't be here for this player. The sport wouldn't be at Terra Linda High School for this player. And we wouldn't have had the amazing season including the 16 touchdowns that she scored. The 2024 Most Valuable Player Award goes to Allie Gilpin. Parents, again, thank you guys so much. Clean up